Hi, and welcome to this depouch video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Binance Peg-Tokens. Now, what are Binance Peg-Tokens? Well, if you head on over to the depouch blog, you can actually read about it here. We have it on our blog, so you can just find the article right here. We also have loads of other good articles that you can take a look at. All right, but what are Binance Peg-Tokens? Well, essentially, Binance Peg-Tokens are just wrapped tokens, but they live exclusively on the BNB Smart Chain. So you probably already know about something like a Rabby Bitcoin or something. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So if we go ahead and search for Rabby Bitcoin, so that's Rabby BTC, we can see that that lives on the Ethereum chain. So that's just Bitcoin, which is issued on the Ethereum chain. Well, just like we have Rabby Bitcoin on the Ethereum chain, we also have a wrapped version of Bitcoin on the Binance Smart Chain. So let's go ahead and look at the BNB currencies, and we can see here that we have Binance Peg-Bitcoin. So that's essentially the same thing. It's Rabby Bitcoin, but on the BNB chain. Now, another difference that there is compared to like Rabby Bitcoin and other wrapped currencies is that the wrapped versions on the Binance Smart Chain, Binance Peg-Tokens, they are exclusively held by Binance. So Binance is the custodian and not some other third party. Like you have with Rabby Bitcoin, it's BitGo, and I don't remember some other companies. And with the other wrapped tokens you have, then there are different issuers and different minters. So when you're dealing with Binance Peg-Tokens, that's exclusively Binance, which is the custodian. Now, you can read more about Binance Peg-Tokens and how they work and compared to native coins and the other wrapped coins. So take a look at our blog and read it out. But let me actually go ahead and show you guys some of the Peg-Tokens which you have on depouch. So when you're here on this menu and you click to select the coin and we go to BNB, we can see that we have Binance Peg USDC and USDT and BTCB and ETH. So these are just tokens. So this is USDC, like you know USDC on Ethereum and on Avalanche and all the other chains, and the same with USDT, and the same with this BTCB, which is just Rabby Bitcoin but just on the BNB chain. And Ethereum, which is just, you know, wrapped Ethereum, but again on the BNB chain and with Binance as the custodian. So you don't have in this on the BNB chain, you don't have Tether, which is the issuer. This is Binance, which has wrapped Tether. So on the Ethereum chain, you have Tether, which is directly issued by the Tether company, but on the BNB chain, it's a wrapped version where Binance act as the custodian. So I hope it makes sense, but again, take a look at our blog, take your time to read it. It's not that hard to understand once you wrap your head around the concept of wrapped tokens. So on depouch, you can actually swap any kind of wrapped token or Binance Peg token to the native coin. So let me go ahead and actually show you some examples of this in action. So let's go ahead and select a wallet. So I have here in my wallet some Rabby Bitcoin and some Ethereum to pay for gas fees. So let me go ahead and say that I want to receive right here. So I'll just copy that address. So let's go ahead and connect our wallet. So I'll choose, I want to go from Rabby Bitcoin to BTCB. So we're going from Rabby Bitcoin on Ethereum to a Rabby Bitcoin version on the Binance Smart Chain. Again, this is another version of Rabby Bitcoin. It's a Binance Peg version of Bitcoin. So it's Rabby Bitcoin, but with Binance as the custodian and on the BNB chain. Okay, so we're going from the Ethereum chain and Rabby Wallet. So connect your Rabby Wallet. It may ask you to like confirm the site that you trust the site. But just, you know, go through and say yes to everything. Of course, make sure you're on the correct depouch.com domain. Okay, once we're here, let's go ahead and find the Rabby Bitcoin on the Ethereum chain. So right there. And then we want the Binance Peg version of Bitcoin on the BNB chain. So we know the ticker is BTCB. We could also just search Bitcoin if I can spell, and find it right here. You can see the different versions of Wrap Bitcoin. We also have Coinbase Wrap Bitcoin, but essentially that's Wrap Bitcoin on the base chain with Coinbase as the custodian. So yeah, but let's go ahead and do like this, and I'll just swap all this Wrap Bitcoin. So we're moving Wrap Bitcoin on Ethereum to a Binance Peg version of Bitcoin on BNB. So essentially Wrap Bitcoin to another version of Wrap Bitcoin. And then after that, I'll show you guys how to swap to native Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and say swap and say confirm swap. And then it will ask us to sign here on the Ethereum chain. So first we need to approve the spending of the Wrap Bitcoin token. So I'll go ahead and say sign and confirm. And then we just wait a few seconds, and then we will be asked to send those Wrap Bitcoin tokens on Ethereum. So here we are. And now we're sending the Wrap Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and do that. Confirm that. And there we go. It might just take a few seconds here. There we go. And we can indeed see that it is swapping down here. Now, once this swap is completed, we can actually take our Binance Peg-Bitcoin and convert that to real native Bitcoin on the Bitcoin blockchain. So that's the good thing about depouch, is we're cross-chain DEX, so you can move through the different blockchains and different ecosystems. So like you can take your real Bitcoin and make it into Wrap Bitcoin on the Ethereum chain, or Wrap Bitcoin on the Binance chain, which is a Binance Peg version. So, you know, BTCB, or like any other kind. You can also convert it to another currency, like swap it for another. So it's really easy, and it's all completely non-custodial, completely permissionless, completely with no KYC, because it's a decentralized exchange. So make sure to check out depouch, and again, check out our blog, read it in your own time, fully understand the concept of Wrap tokens and Binance Peg tokens. But again, they're the same thing, but just where Binance act as the custodian, and it's on the BNB chain. But let's just wait here for this swap to be completed. There we go. It's now completed. So let's go ahead and switch these around. So now we are going from the Binance Peg version of Bitcoin on the BNB chain. So again, that's Wrap Bitcoin, but on the BNB chain. And let's go into real Bitcoin. So I'll just take my Bitcoin address right here and paste it in. And I'll just take it all. There we go. And I'll say swap. There's kind of a high slippage, but that's because of the outbound fee, and we're only swapping $7. But it's okay, it's just a demonstration videos to give you guys an understanding of how easy it is to move between the different chains, and how easy it is to wrap and unwrap your coins and move your coins across the different networks. So again, confirm the swap here. So this time it's on the BNB chain, we're swapping to real Bitcoin, and we'll just say sign to that transaction, and then it's submitting. So there we go. So first we need to approve the spending of the BTCB, and then we send the BTCB. So that's what we're doing now. There we go. And then we can see again that it's swapping down here. So let's just give that a few seconds to be completed. And again, for this tutorial, I'm showing you how to do it using the Rabby Wallet. You can also use MetaMask or Ctrl Wallet, and that's for EVM chains. We also have Kepler for Cosmos, and we have TronLink for Tron. So we have all kinds of different wallets, and we are always adding new wallets. So if you have a wallet which you would like to see supported on depouch, then make sure to go ahead and let us know on any of our social media channels, or write us an email. We would be happy to support your favorite wallet. But let's just give it a few seconds here to complete the swap. So again, we're swapping BTCB. So again, it's a Binance Peg version of Bitcoin. So essentially Wrap Bitcoin on the BNB chain, where Binance acts as the custodian, and to real Bitcoin. So we're actually unwrapping our Bitcoin, you can say. So it says completed. So let's go ahead and look at the blockchain explorer, and indeed we can see here that we have received some Bitcoin right here, and this Bitcoin amount should correspond to the Bitcoin amount we see right here, and indeed it does. So when the blockchain confirms this block, we will have our Bitcoin safe and sound on the Bitcoin blockchain. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching this video on Binance Peg tokens and what they are compared to other wrapped tokens. So again, Binance Peg tokens are just wrapped tokens, but where it's Binance that acts as the custodian, and it's exclusively on the BNB Smart Chain. Again, go ahead and read our blog to fully understand it in your own time. And if you have any other questions, then make sure to leave them down below. We will be happy to answer them. Also, you can find all sorts of tutorials on how to swap from the different kind of networks and different cryptocurrencies, and other educational content such as what are native coins like real Bitcoin versus wrapped tokens like wrapped Bitcoin. So lots of good stuff. Take a look at our blog, and again, I'll see you guys in the future. Take care.